Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a dupe video for you guys. I do have some mid-range to higher end products in front of me, and I found more affordable dupes for them. So some of them will be like drugstore prices. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I do have a lot of stuff in front of me, so I'm just going to hop right into it. So if you do want to see my dupes for the higher end luxury products, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with bronzers. Now I just recently got this bronzer. This one is the Bronzer Goddess by Estee Lauder, and I absolutely love this. I've been wanting to get it for like a really long time, and I held off, and I finally purchased it in a kit that I bought at TJ Maxx. So I am really happy that I did get this because I really do like it. This is in shade medium. They do come in a few shades, I believe 4 to 5 shades. I'll link everything down below for you guys, along with the shopping haul that I did pick this up with. But this is a really nice bronzer. I gotta say, it's like a really nice goldy bronzy look. It's not overwhelming when you put it on, but they do come in different shades as well. Like I told you guys, they do have little shimmer in it, like very finely milled. Not too much of it though, but when you do look at it, you can see that it's actually there. But when you apply it, it's no longer there. You can't really see it, in my opinion anyway. So this is Estee Lauder. This is not a cheap product, but it's not like a really high-end product. But still, it's not cheap, and if you didn't want to spend the money for the Estee Lauder one, or you just couldn't find it maybe around you, I do have an alternative, and this one is the drugstore, and this is the Natural Bronzer by Rimmel London, and this is waterproof bronzer. Now I never put that to the test, so I can't tell you if it is or isn't. And this one is in Sunkissed 026, and that's what that looks like. So I'm just gonna put them up together just to show you what they look like side by side. So that's what they look like side by side. They both look really gorgeous in the pan and when you wear it. So this Rimmel bronzer is actually really smooth, and it's really easy to blend out. It is really affordable, and you pretty much could find Rimmel at any drugstore imaginable. Okay, so this is the Estee Lauder. This is the Rimmel one. You guys can see it's like identical almost. I mean, they might have like a very slight difference in the undertone, but all in all, it looks exactly the same. And when you apply it, you can't even tell the difference. So these two are basically identical. You can't tell when you're applying it which one you're applying. Honestly, if I put one on one side of my face and one on the other side, you probably wouldn't even know which one is which because they look exactly the same. Now when I did swatch it, you can tell that the Estee Lauder one is a slightly different undertone than the Rimmel one, but when you're applying it, it doesn't look that way. So it's just a really nice dupe for it because I feel like they both apply very smoothly to the skin. They both don't skip, and they both just look really nice and beautiful on. They just give you that healthy glow without going overboard or without looking muddy or cakey or anything like that. I love how you could get the Estee Lauder look in the Rimmel. Now the Rimmel one is obviously a drugstore. It's more affordable, and if you didn't want to spend the money on the Estee Lauder one, or if you wanted this one for a really long time and you just don't want to splurge on it, you could definitely get the Rimmel one and get the same exact look and basically the same exact effect. Next up, I'm going to be talking about primers that give you a nice subtle glow. So this one is the Tom Ford. Now you guys know I've been talking about this on and off since I purchased it. I absolutely love it. I'm probably halfway through it already. Like, I've used so much of this stuff, but I don't go overboard with it, not only because it's expensive, but because you don't need to. You only need very little. Now I found a perfect dupe for it, and this one is the Becker, and this one is the Backlight Priming Filter. Now I think these are exactly the same because I swatched them, and yes, they do have a little different undertone when you put them on, but when you blend them out, they look exactly the same. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. I don't want to waste too much of that because it's expensive. Okay, so I hope you can see that. That one is the Tom Ford and that one is the Becker. So they do have a little slight difference. I mean, the Tom Ford one has more of like a whitish sheen, while the Becker has more of a skin tone sheen. But when you apply it and you blend it out, it looks exactly the same. So I'm just going to show you. So I hope you guys can see that, but they look exactly the same. They just give you a really nice healthy glow without going overboard, without being sparkly or shimmery or anything like that. It's just really nice. I do use this by itself or with my other products like my foundation or my BB creams or whatever I'm using for that day, and it just gives you a nice little healthy glow. Now the Becca one is not drugstore price, but it's not overly expensive, I feel, especially compared to the Tom Ford. The Tom Ford one, I believe I paid around in the 90s or so, and maybe even more after taxes, who remembers. So the Becca is a little more affordable than the Tom Ford one, especially if you don't want to splurge on the Tom Ford, even though I feel like it's so worth it. They both just give you a nice little glow, a nice subtle, like, healthy look to your skin. I've worn both of them and they both feel the same, they both apply the same, and my makeup goes on exactly the same with both of them, and my makeup looks basically the same with either one of them. So they're both the same. Love both of them though. Okay, so for this dupe, I'm really excited because there is a big difference in price tag here. I have a Lancome and I have a ColourPop. Now these are both highlighters. Now this one is in Churro and this one is in Glow Subtitle. So when I looked at these originally, I thought they looked very similar to one another, and I was absolutely right because they look exactly the same. They both apply the same. Their packaging even looks the same. Like, hello. And they were both like marbleized almost. Now I have used this one a little bit. This one I really used, so you can't see it any longer, but you'll be able to tell in this one a little bit. But when you apply it, when you swatch it, I mean, they basically look identical. So even now you could basically see they look identical. They're both like marbleized a little bit and they both have same undertone. I'm gonna swatch both of them for you, but they both apply really smoothly. They're really soft and silky to the touch, and I do like how they last on my skin, and you can blend them out really nicely. Okay, so that's ColourPop. That one is Lancome. They both just have a really nice peachy golden highlight to them. I feel like you could even top this with like a bronzer if you wanted to add a little more oomph to it, but they basically seem like they're the same formulation. They both have the same staying power. They have the same marbleizing look to them, and they even have the same packaging. Like, hello. But I do really like both of them, but this one is Lancome, so it is more pricey, while the ColourPop one, I believe I paid $8 for. And they both are really nice, but again, this is $8 compared to the Lancome, which is more pricey. Okay, so I do have two lip liners in front of me. I have a Marc Jacobs and an Essence. Now this is the drugstore one. I believe I paid like anywhere from like $1.50 to $3 for this one. I don't remember, but it's somewhere around there compared to the Marc Jacobs, which is more pricier. Now this one does come in a kit, that's why it's a little smaller version of it. So you could buy the kit if you wanted to, or if you wanted to save some money, instead of paying the $20 that the kit was, you can get this one for $1.50. So these are exactly the same. Now the formulation is a little bit different on both of them. The Marc Jacobs one is a little creamier, while the Essence one is a stiffer formula, but it still has a little glide to it, because this one is a pencil, while this one is more of a cream pencil. So of course they are going to be a little different in formulation, but they both have really nice staying power and they both look exactly the same. They have the same exact shade to them. So this one is the Essence, while this one is the Marc Jacobs. So these are the same exact shade. Honestly, you can't tell any difference. Like, I can't tell a difference. Of course, the formulation is a little bit different. This is a stiffer formula because it is a lip pencil, while this one is the lip cream. But I like both of them, and honestly, if you want to save yourself some money with the Marc Jacobs, go for the Essence. And you can't beat it. You really can't. And one thing I like about the Essence compared to the Marc Jacobs is you could get a really precise line with the Essence one because you can sharpen it, while the Marc Jacobs one you obviously can't, so it might get a little flatter and you might have to like maneuver it a certain way compared to the Essence one where, hey, if it gets dull, just sharpen it a little bit, you know what I mean? So if you are going in the shade alone, I would pick up the Essence over the Marc Jacobs. Now if you wanted a different formulation than the Essence, then yeah, go for the Marc Jacobs. They do come in little kits sometimes, but it's always nice to have options. I have two more dupes and both of them are lip products. You guys know how I feel about lip products. I absolutely love them and I'm obsessed. I can't get enough. So I have two of them here. Now I do have a dupe for the Kylie lip kit color, and this one is in Candy K. I love these. I gotta tell you, I did a video on them like a while back. I'll link it down below for you guys, but I absolutely love them. I still stand by them. I still really enjoy them and I wear them, but I know these are pricey and they are hard to get your hands on, and they're still hard to get your hands on, I believe, but I haven't purchased anything in a while, so I don't know, I could be wrong about that one. So if you did want to dupe for the Candy K, I have you covered. So I found this one in Velvet Matte, and this is the Victoria's Secret one. Now I did get this in my swap video that I just recently did, and this is a beautiful color, and when I applied it I was like, why does this seem very familiar? Well, I was looking through everything and I came across this. Now, of course, they are a little bit different in formulation. This one is more of a velvet and it goes to a matte, which is really nice. It definitely is different. It seems like whipped almost. Well, this one is more of a liquid lipstick kind of formulation, but they both have nice staying power. I would say the Candy K has a little better staying power than the Victoria's Secret one, but I love both of them. I really enjoy both of them. They both do not dry your lips out. They both do dry down matte, and they are more of a liquid lipstick. So this is the Candy K and this is the Adored. They basically look identical. They might have a very slight difference to them, but they basically look exactly the same. They're just a really beautiful color, like a really nice pinky color. They do look very natural on the lips, both of them. Okay, so I just noticed I had like hair sticking up over here, so I hope you guys don't mind. But anyway, let's get on to the last dupe. I do have lippies for you guys one more time. Now this one is the Marc Jacobs and this one is the Bite Beauty. Now these are smaller sizes because this one comes in a kit that came with this lip liner, so if you did want to get both of them, it's a great value in my opinion, but this is a dupe video, so I'm showing you guys dupes. But this one is a holiday lippy from Bite Beauty. They still have it around at Sephora, and I will link everything down below for you guys. These are basically identical. I got these at the same exact time. I purchased them in the same order, and I swatched them and I was like, this is the same exact color. I purchased the same exact color from two different brands. Like, how crazy is that? Well, I guess I know what I like, but I'm gonna show you what they both look like. And I just want to show you how much product that you get in both of these. So as you guys can see, you get pretty decent amount of product in both of them. I mean, they are travel sizes, so you have to keep that in mind when you're purchasing something like this. So that one's the Bite Beauty, this one's the Marc Jacobs. So I'm not really sure if I told you the names of them. This one is in Slow Burn and the Bite Beauty is in Pepper. They are basically identical, as you guys can see. Now the formulation of both of them are a little bit different, of course. The Marc Jacobs is creamy while the Bite Beauty one is also creamy, but they both have a little different finish to them. So now the Marc Jacobs is creamy, but it gives you a little more of like a natural matte look, while the Bite Beauty leaves more of a sheen to it. So now the prices of both of them are a little bit different. Now the Marc Jacobs, if you just get this one, like the big size, I believe it's almost $30. It's in the 20s somewhere. Or you could get this set, which is $20. Or if you didn't even want to do that at all and you just wanted to go for the Bite Beauty, I would suggest to get the Bite Beauty, because this little guy right here is $10. He's on sale at Sephora because this was part of like a holiday collection, and you get the same amount of product. I would say maybe the Marc Jacobs might have a little bit more, but not by much. And then you also get this shade right here on the Bite. I didn't show you guys, but you get this one. I believe it's called Bronze, so it obviously looks bronzy. So this is nice to put all over your lips or mix with other colors or put in the center of your lips to make them a little more pouty looking. But this is really nice and handy to have. So those are my dupes that I found in my collection so far. I have to go through it and really see what other dupes that I have in my collection, and I think I'm going to continue the series because I absolutely love it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about these dupes. Do you think they are straight up dupes, or do you think they're so similar that you're not going to even notice the difference? And let me know if you guys have any dupes out there, because I would always love to, you know, save myself a buck or two on higher end products. So let me know in the comments, and yeah, I hope you guys did like this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please, if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Please come join our little YouTube family here. We'll love to have you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.